What is good, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy HMK once again, and believe it or not, I feel that it is finally time for Kingdom Hearts updates to start rolling out in 2025, because I mean it's only the 9th of January, but we got an insanely cool post from the official Kingdom Hearts media accounts that give a bit of context to a very specific motif in Kingdom Hearts from the man himself, Tetsuya Nomura, when it comes to the idea of Crossroads. Now, this piece was brought to our attention thanks to the anniversary, the 15-year anniversary of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, otherwise known when it comes to the terminology within and outside of development, Kingdom Hearts 0, because Kingdom Hearts 0, Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 3, Birth by Sleep, it's all where it started in terms of the Dark Seeker saga, right? And this breakdown is very interesting, and I feel that is like the first hint to what we can see in terms of the Lost Master arc, Kingdom Hearts 4, and beyond. So if you want to get that hype going, be sure to like, share, and most probably subscribe to HMK and Killer-kun, because he might make a very special appearance on this video when it comes to the idea of Crossroads. Alright, tag it in here. This is what Tetsuya Nomura had to say about Birth by Sleep and Crossroads and the future. It's been 15 years since the release of Birth by Sleep, BBS, so I've been asked to give you a secret anecdote about how the game itself was born. I've already revealed quite a lot, so I had to think about what would be best. Apparently the plan is to release my comment alongside the teaser trailer for BBS from the secret movie of Kingdom Hearts 2. So taking my cue from that video, I'd like to give you an insight into the Crossroads. In this video, 3 Keyblade wielders clad in armor wait for someone at the Crossroads. Meaning someone at a Crossroads is actually a recurring motif within Kingdom Hearts. At the beginning of Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, COM, Sora meets someone in a black coat and is invited to Castle Oblivion. During the climax of BBS, the 3 protagonists wait at the Crossroads for 2 Keyblade wielders linked to them by fate. It is where the opposing unions come together and the Keyblade War breaks out in the Kingdom Hearts Key series. For those who wish to become the new leader for the Union Cross in place of the Master, gather there in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. And in Kingdom Hearts 3, the ancient foretellers known as the Lost Masters gather at these crossroads. As you can see, whenever there's something going on, crossroads act as an important point of divergence. To trace it right back, the motif was inspired by the well-known crossroad myth from American folklore. The story goes like this. A young man makes a deal with the devil at a crossroads, trading his soul for the ability to play the guitar. The first time a crossroads appears in Kingdom Hearts is Chain of Memories, which is about losing something to gain something. And in fact, all subsequent appearances of the crossroads have the same significance. The greatest example is Birth by Sleep, a story where all 3 protagonists pay a heavy price to obtain something. But wait, when the Lost Masters gather at the crossroads in Kingdom Hearts 3, what is gained and what is lost? That's a story for another time. What's really cool is that Tetsuya Nomura actually references one of my favorite legends when it comes to American folklore and blues music, and that's the idea of Crossroads. Now, Crossroads, when it comes to mythology and folklore, has existed since ever, way back in the day, to the times of Latin and Greek culture and the mythology of Greek gods and whatnot. But when it comes to this specific folklore for the Crossroads, it goes like Tetsuya Nomura said, where blues musicians would go to the crossroads and meet the devil to sell their soul for blues fame. And there's a very good famous movie back in the day, 1986, 1983. It's called Crossroads. Watch it. It's really good. And that movie helped inspire the concept of Guitar Hero. Well, not really, but I mean it's the battle of guitar players. While I've seen some people confuse this legend with The Devil Went Down to Georgia, it's not exactly that same type of deal. Get it? In which The Devil Went Down to Georgia is talking about the boy Johnny, who was challenged by the devil in order to see who's the better fiddle player. Where in the legend of the Crossroads that Tetsuya Nomura is referring to, it's the legend of Robert Johnson, who was a blues musician that lived from 1911 to 19... He died at age 27, right? And there was a lot of theories and lore and whispers and stuff, because I mean that's the only way news could travel back in the day in the early 1900s, where they said, oh, he sold his soul to the devil for blues fame, and then the devil came collecting early in his lifetime. And that is what Tetsuya Nomura is referring to, oh, you gain blues fame but you give up your soul in return. So when it comes to Kingdom Hearts, it's specifically in Chain of Memories, where you see the first idea of the Crossroads there. Sora was on the way to Castle Oblivion, and in order to gain something that he lost, he had to, give up something in order to find it, right? And that was like the whole concept of Chain of Memories, giving up his memories in order to find what he's looking for. And if you haven't played Kingdom Hearts, play the game. It's really good. Like, I love Chain of Memories. Read Chain of Memories, anyone, just play it. And then, of course, when it comes to Birth by Sleep, what we're celebrating, 15 years, they were looking to find the answer at the end of each journey, Ventus, Terra, and Aqua, in order to put a stop to Xehanort. But then what they gave up was themselves in very tragic stories, right? But then we come to the Lost Masters at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, we can theorize up into the wazoo about what was gained and what was lost for the Lost Masters in Kingdom Hearts 3 during the epilogue movie, but some things that really burn into my head from this idea of losing something and gaining something, meeting someone at the crossroads, is the idea of Xigbar, aka Luxu, gaining back his comrades, the other foretellers, the Lost Masters, at that point of convergence, and then possibly gaining back the Master of Masters, as he did reference that in the secret reports of the Master will finally return. He will finally come back. But what did they lose? Possibly the idea of them losing one of themselves, one of their number, Ava. So why would Ava not be there? I'm pretty sure that they lost Ava in order to gain every other one back, because she was the leader of the Dandelions, something that is a bit more important than every other Lost Master, of course not counting the Master Masters or Luxu. So it'll be really interesting if they lost her in some capacity. But at the same time, another thing they could have lost, all of them, is losing a part of themselves in becoming vessels to the true deadly darknesses, the Deadly Seven. In order to become vessels, in order to give them form, they lost a part of themselves. I always thought this legend was super cool, and the fact that it's confirmed finally to be the inspiration behind the Crossroads, which we see in Kingdom Hearts. We see in Kingdom Hearts 1, the secret movie leading to Chain of Memories. Not Chain of Memories, Chain of Memories and 358 Days over 2 leading into the concept of Kingdom Hearts 2. And then Kingdom Hearts 2, seeing the Crossroads that lead into the concept of Birth by Sleep. And then Kingdom Hearts 3, seeing the Crossroads of the Shibuya Crossing leading into Kingdom Hearts 4 Quadrum. All that good jazz is just really, really nice. And I'm glad we got this. And the fact that Tetsuya Nomura leaves that little hint at the end, I feel like, guys, it's time. The machinations are machinizing. All right. So I hope you guys are ready for that news, and whatever, something wicked this way comes, I'm ready. All right. So be sure to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to HMK and Kilikun. And if you dig the shirt, check out my shop at Fourth Wall. We got some new merch. So until the next video, this has been your boys, and we check you guys later.
So you haven't subscribed to HMK yet? Don't piss Xemnas off.